This is Cape Town, South Africa, easily one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Set amongst a backdrop of dramatic mountains with colorful neighborhoods, white sand beaches, so much history, and in my opinion, a must-stop on your Southern Africa adventure. I've spent a cumulative few months traveling in South Africa, but if I only had 24 hours in Cape Town, this is what I'd do. Just arrived in Cape Town, South Africa. It was a long journey to get here from the west coast of the US, but I'm so happy to be back. I've always said that South Africa is one of my favorite countries in the world. This is truly one of the most lovely cities in the world. I am so happy to finally spend a couple of days here and explore from what I think must be probably the most beautiful, adorable hotel here. My day begins at the Ellerman House, which has got to be Cape Town's most beautiful boutique hotel. It's situated in Bantry Bay, overlooking the sunset on the Atlantic Ocean. It's in a historic building from the early 1900s, and it only has 16 rooms. It has that level of personal service where anything seems possible. This is halloumi toast, halloumi with an egg. Wow, this is decadent. It's also the perfect jumping off point for one of my must-dos in Cape Town, the hike to Lion's Head. This mountain apparently looks like a sphinx in Egypt from certain angles, but for anyone who is arriving for the first or 400th time, you'll know it immediately serves as an icon for the city, viewable from so many of its different neighborhoods. Also, this look is just everything. It's a lot to go. But it's nice to see where you're going. The hike itself can be hot and offers no shade or opportunities to fill up on water. It's only like in the 60s today. It's so freaking hot because this is uncovered, so early morning is the way to go. It's just under 3 miles one way and the views all around are stunning. Still got a ways to go. Keep in mind, this one's not for the faint of heart. There's plenty of narrow passages and rock scrambling, in addition to a few ladders. Although the view at the top is incredible, especially since you know you've earned it. If you do it early enough, like more of a sunrise than a midday hike, then you just might be able to make it over to another fan favorite in Cape Town, the colorful beach huts of Muizenberg and Boulders Beach for the penguins. On the way to Boulders Beach, there's some beachside towns, cool stuff to see. There's a wine area, but one thing that's pretty iconic are these beach huts. It's a little place where you can get changed in private. Boulders Beach is one of the more famous things to do on a Cape Town day trip. This is Simonstown. This is where Boulders Beach and the penguins are, and I'm so excited. Although I researched it a bunch, I still think I made a mistake on my timing. Not sure what I did wrong, but there's no penguins down there. See, the birds tend to be out at sea fishing during the morning, and when it's high tide, there aren't any boulders on the beach either. It's kind of a pricey stop and mistake, so check the tides before you go and try to time it right. Either way, it's so popular, it just might be one of those Instagram versus reality places that's very, very popular. On the day that I went, a massive storm had hit just before, so Chapmans Peak was closed. Be sure to check online first before driving over. But if it's open for you, absolutely drive it back. It looks like this. If you don't drive and you're staying around town, there's plenty to do here too. There's always Chapmans Bay Beach, which is often buzzing with locals and tourists alike. The Bocap neighborhood, which is a popular place to snap photos thanks to the colorful houses. It's also always important to learn about the history of the places we visit, and though there are museums in town, if you're staying at Ellerman House, the collection of art there is entirely from South African artists, and it takes you on a journey from the early days with depictions of cave drawings to the modern artists and photographs of life now in South Africa.
If you were a black person, you had to have a passbook to go into town.
Wow. From different perspectives and using all kinds of mediums. You'll also see Robben Island in the distance, where the Robben Island Museum offers walking tours from 8 to 5 p.m. for about $75 $5 per person when the sea is calm enough for the crossing. Though many have been isolated there, it held Nelson Mandela for 18 of his 27 years of imprisonment before the fall of apartheid, the forced racial separation of South Africans. It's not just Robben Island that's worth checking out to better understand the present-day history and culture. Locals also offer township tours that you can book even through Viator and Get Your Guide. I've visited several townships across South Africa and highly recommend them for a better understanding of culture and history. You feel very much welcomed and invited in. Finally, with just a day, there's one thing you absolutely cannot miss, and that's Table Mountain. Wow, that is the current queue for Tabletop's cable car. You can hike up, or if you've already done Lion's Head or you're short on time, take the cable car up for about $18 return.
To those of you who are afraid of heights, it's too late now. Enjoy.
This floor rotates all the way around, so you get to share the view with everybody. There are plenty of walking trails and beautiful areas to watch golden hour unfold and maybe even catch the moonrise from. Definitely say the move is to come up for the last few cars to see the sunset up here and then go down after that, because there was a big old line when I arrived, but nobody there really towards the end. Well, there were still people, but I didn't have to wait at all.
Let me know when you want me to start.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Wait, let me get the main ingredient.
Finish your evening with a spa treatment at the Ellerman House, especially taking advantage of the spa and sauna, and a perfect dinner on the terrace as the sun finally dips below the horizon. So I have ordered the Karoo lamb. The Karoo is in South Africa, sort of in the middle, lower part, but still a bit in from the coast, and it is rocky and orange and beautiful, and there's a lot of farming out there. And I'm not even normally a lamb person, but I had it before many years ago and it was so good, so I'm excited to try it again. Can you think of a better way than to finish off the night with chocolate, creme brulee, and mint tea?
I should let go.
In a perfect world, if I can write my perfect Cape Town day, I'd wake up for a sunrise hike on Lion's Head, have an amazing breakfast, drive Chapmans Peak, and hopefully time the times better at Boulders, head back to Table Mountain and finish with a dinner at Ellerman House, and fall asleep in my lovely room in my princess bed and wish I could spend months exploring this area alone. It's a beautiful place full of wonderful people, and if you're like me, it'll leave you wanting more every time.